Here we are sitting with Ted Robertson, just such an amazing legend. Thank you so much for being here with us, Ted. Could you tell us a little bit about abundance mentality? You've been living that your whole life.
Yes, I practiced it for years, and I think my business kind of shows and has taught me how to deal with abundance mentality. And the fact is that when I started in business 54 years ago, I started with no money and a little 4,000 square foot building with one bay. And I didn't have anything. I didn't think too much about abundance, and I wasn't a Christian. But something happened to me. My wife and I, with me working so many hours, and I wasn't living for God, and so we separated for 45 days, and I slept down in that old store. I could hear all them little varmints running around, walking around there. But I had two little boys, and they were 5 and 3. And I'd go every night and pick those kids up and take them to a park, but I had no money to spend on them because I was just in business and broke. But my wife was a devout Christian. And so I called her one time and I said, Anna, we love our kids. What have I got to do to raise our children and come back home? And she said, you got to go to church with me. And I thought, oh, Lord. And I didn't want to at all. But she took me to the church with her, and these preachers that I thought were old men, this guy was my age, and he looked like a professional wrestler. He had shoulders on him as broad that just came down to, and he caught my attention right away. And he spoke that night on the subject, the consequences of sin, and that's separation from God. And the Holy Spirit got a hold of me, and I got convicted. And I went back the next night and gave my heart to the Lord, and there's where the abundance mentality came in. From that point on, everything began to go uphill. And I got in a good church where I was saved, and I became a board member. And my business began to prosper. I began to give and pay my tithes, and the business just began to blossom and come in. Today, that same 4,000 square foot building is operating on Admiral, and it's got 40,000 square foot under roof, takes up a whole city block with 21 service bays. To God be the glory. And the more that I give, we had, I think 4, 5, or 6 one of our men started in business for themselves. And all of them became successful, and we helped them get there. So I think the success that has come with me personally and the company has been the fact that it wasn't all about us.